Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, before we get to today's video, and don't feel bad, go ahead and fast forward if you're not interested. I wanted to do some fun unboxing. So, first of all, I got new gloves. These ones, the bracelets tend to catch on them and snag them quite a bit. So, and they're like $8 each. So, I order at least one pair a month. So, I got some new gloves. I got this cute dog tarot for my birthday. My birthday's coming up this weekend, and watch, I've got a special coming up for my birthday. Some merchandise with a special rate. It's my birthday, but you get the gift. So watch out for that. But, anyways, this dog tarot, and it's so cute. I can't wait to use it. And as you know, I like to have the cards around and pick up my energy, and I pick up theirs. But I just want to quickly show you. I thought this was so cute. Look at the High Priestess. Like, just simply not interested. But I wanted to show you. Like, these are all cute little dog little lovers. Hey, your dog just loves you so much. The chariot, shotgun. Just a minute, where is it? I thought this really actually made, oh, look at death, hey, with the fireworks. If you have a dog, you know what that, they think they're dying. The devil, a cat. I thought that was what that just actually made me really laugh out loud. The dog deck and the devil is a cat. Anyways, it's very cute and I can't wait to use it. So thank you very much for that. That was from my darling niece. A birthday gift. She knows how much I love dogs. I just love dogs so much. So that's the dog tarot. Now, I got some new items from the Witchery. I have decided I am going to make lucky bags. There's a big, a lot of people were really interested in them. So look for that. I think I'm going to do that, I don't know, maybe later this month or early next month. But I'm going to make lucky bags. Ever since I made mine, I've won something at least once a week. It's crazy. It's crazy. So this is from the Witchery, a little store here where I live. But they ship all over the world, thewitchery.ca. So especially if you're in Canada and you're worried about the tariffs, all that nonsense, stick within in the country. But I love opening their stuff because there's always just something so different and cool. So I've got a little card here. What could this be? Coming soon to the Witchery. So they're obviously making their own Ukrainian cards. The Witchery, witch at thewitchery.ca. That's so they're obviously making their own cards. Holy Carp, the Witchery Market. That's coming up here on April 18th. I went to the last one and I spent too much money. Oh, did I say that out loud? I hope my husband didn't hear that. So I just love they've got like, they put the little blessings in and whatnot. So let's see, what did I get? I can't even remember what I ordered. Okay. Oh, wow, look. Oh, this is my little Easter gift. If you made a certain amount of order, you got a special Easter gift and has little candies in it. And it's called the little mushroom, little magic mushroom. Not that kind, unfortunately. What else? What do we got here? Otherworldly mushroom dew. Otherworldly mushroom dew. And look at, there's a little mushroom in here and little chocolates. This is a little Easter gift. So here's the little magic mushroom. So I'll put that on the desk. I'll dip it. I'll put this oil on it. And of course, we'll eat up the chocolates. So that's the little Easter bonus they gave. Oh, this is a lodestone. This is a lodestone. This is a, you put your other crystals on this to magnetize it. So I've got a beautiful pyrite upstairs. I'm going to put on, there's two in here. I ordered two of them. Oh, three. There's three in here. And you just put this underneath your crystal or on top of it. So like this is a flat crystal. So I'll probably put it right on top. And it just really magnetizes that crystal for what you want. And that's called a lodestone. All right. And then look at how cute is this. Fortune telling birthday book. So, oh, the clock likes this one. So what this is, see, they wrap everything in plastic, so it's safe from all their beautiful little blessing stuff. So what this is every day there's a birthday blessing, so you can look and see what the blessing is for that. So I'm going to add that to when I'm doing readings. I'll ask for your birthday and I'll give you what your special fortune telling birthday book is. So let's see, today is April the 10th. You are fastidious in your ideas and careful appearances at all times. You are both artistic and idealistic. You think quickly but act slowly. You are tender, kind, and considerate. You love deeply and you have sincere love of your kin and your immediate household. Oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Isn't that fancy? All right, so I'll be playing with that for people who do readings, especially if they do birthday readings. And then the rest is just cards. I think people pay to put their cards in there. And then what's in this big box? So this is also from the Witchery, from the Silk Road Spice Merchant. Look at that. Happiest birthday to my so cherished friend Shanta. With much love, M. Oh, this isn't from the Witchery. This is my birthday gift. Oh my goodness. Rosemary Mint Lamram, the Silk Road. I'm not going to open this. I thought this was from the Witchery. I thought this was my order from the Witchery. Because it came together. So I thought, oh my goodness, I'm gonna tuck this away for my birthday. Oh, happiest birthday. Okay. All right. And she already got me a birthday gift. Oh, she spoils me. Oh, sorry guys. I guess we'll have to wait until my birthday. My birthday's on Monday. So we'll have to wait for that one. Oh, wow. That's exciting. See, even I get a surprise now and then. All right. Let's clean this off the tarot table and get to our reading. Look at that. I am so excited. I thought that was part 2. That's why I said I kind of forgot what I ordered. I didn't think I ordered something that big. Oh, lucky girl. Okay, so let's get to today's reading. And it's interesting. We go from something fun like that to something a little bit darker. And so I'm going to use the Murder of Crows deck with that. And I'm going to bring this in a little bit. The Murder of Crows deck. So what we're going to talk about today is the fears. So the fears of the royal family. So for example, I'm going to do 3 cards for each. Their deepest fear, the fear they have for their closest family member, and their false fear. So what are they afraid of that they really shouldn't be afraid of? Right? So I'm going to pull 3 cards for each family member. And so it's going to be their deepest private fear. Their deepest private fear. Their fear that they have for their closest family member. So for example, Charles will be Camilla and Camilla will be Charles. And what's their false fear? So what are they afraid of? What do they worry about that they really shouldn't? Right? We all have, false fears. When our children start driving, we think, oh, they're going to, you have this false fear that they're going to get hit by a car, be in a bad accident. And you know what? Then they turn 40 and you realize that was silly to worry about that. So those kind of things. All right, so we're going to be talking about fears. What's going on here? Wow. Look at that. Knight of Swords in reverse, attacking with words. And isn't that ultimately what all fears are? Attacking with words, attacking yourself with words. Fears are just thoughts. Now, sure, fear can be, induced by a past event, but that past event is still just a thought in your mind. Not that it didn't happen, but to be afraid of it, right? Let's say you fell downstairs when you were younger, then you live your whole life afraid of stairs. Well, not that it's silly, it's you make it up in your mind, right? All right. Charles. Let's start with Charles. Charles. What's his most private fear? What's his fear for Camilla? And what's a shadow fear? What's something that he worries about and that he is fearful about that he really shouldn't be? Camilla. Charles, his most private fear, or what is he mostly afraid of in his life? Cards are ready. Wow. The Star in reverse. Now we can read that two ways. That can either be the ghost of Diana. I just want to make sure this is in here. This can be the ghost of Diana, or that he will never heal. He has no hope and there is no healing. Now, is that a fear or is that a reality? And that it actually could be his fear that he loses hope. Right now, perhaps he has some hope that they'll be able to extend his life for as long as they can, or that he'll live, as normal as he can life. Or is this Diana, the ghost of Diana? Is that his fear, that the ghost of Diana will chase him forevermore? No matter what he says or does, there'll always be the Diana question. All right, so what's his hope and fear for Camilla? The Moon in reverse. Now, is that people find out the truth about Camilla, or that Camilla finds out the truth about him? I'm sure by now they know each other's truths. Is this that people find out the truth about Camilla? These are major arcanas. These are pretty major fears. Also, is this something to do with perhaps her, I was going to say like her female reproductive system? Like, is he worried that, she ends up with some kind of cancer herself down there, right? And we all know, I mean, that factory's been shut for quite a while. But, is there some fears there? Maybe she's having problems somehow, or pains or whatever down there. Interesting I said that, because you look at these two crows, and you can almost look at this as if these are the two fallopian tubes and the uterus. And isn't that interesting that I said that? And you can get a female cancer at any time in your life. My grandmother died of ovarian cancer at age 92. So maybe there's something here that Camilla is having some medical difficulties with. All right, and what's his false fear? What's his false fear? Strength, the royal family, Anne, Meghan. Strength, that's interesting. Look, he got 3 major arcanas. Strength is his false fear. Maybe it's a fear that he looks too strong, or that he's looking like he is shutting people up, or the power of the royal family. Because strength is Leo, and Leo is the archetype of the royal family. That's why there's a lion there, and I guess you could say the virgin keeping the quiet, like the hands are in the mouth, so it's to keep your ego shut, or maybe it's something to do with his ego. I'm going to just get at some clarifiers here on this star, please. Clarify this star. Is this healing, or is this not healing because it's in reverse? Or is this Diana? Oh, it's Diana. Two of Cups in reverse. There he is, King of Cups. It's Diana. That's his biggest fear, the ghost of Diana. Not that she's like, ooh, Charles. Not like that at all. It's no matter what he said, no matter where he goes, the ghost of Diana is there. It's Diana. Look how clear those cards were. Can you clarify this, please, a little bit more? The strength is baseless fear. What's the baseless fear about? What's his shadow fear about? Maybe he does have a fear that he won't look royal, or there we go. King of Pentacles, that he won't be successful. Look at that. And the Page of Pentacles. Harry, what Harry can do. This is King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. This is Harry. What Harry can do to the royal family. And it's baseless. Look at that. That's Harry. Page of Pentacles as a child, and then King of Pentacles. That's where he is right now in reverse. He's not fulfilled King of Pentacles role as of yet. In my tarot world, King of Pentacles has to be over 55 and or very successful, nearing the end of their career, accumulated a lot of assets. It doesn't have to be money. It could be land, farmer, right? Children are wealth as well. That's what he is. He's afraid for the royal family. So that's kind of baseless. I'm going to leave this one alone. I think this is because this is Camilla, so I think it might have something to do with something that's going on in her health. Also, some kind of truth that may be revealed about Camilla that he's worried that would come out. All right, so there we go. So that's the first one. Let's do William. Clear. William. What's the thing he fears the most? What's the thing he fears the most? What's the thing he fears the most? What's his fear about Catherine? And what's a baseless fear? What's a shadow fear? What's a baseless fear that he has that he really shouldn't worry about? So what does he fear the most? What in his private, not his privates, in his private time, what does he fear the most? What does he fear the most? Oh, cards are ready. Yeah, see, they're ready. They don't even want to shuffle. Okay. Three of Swords. I'm going to pull this in a little bit because we're only doing 3 cards. Then you can see it clear. Three of Swords, betrayal. He is so paranoid about betrayal, about who he can trust, about who's going to betray him. I don't blame him. Look what his brother has done. You know, when you have a first-degree relative like that stabs you in the heart, it takes so much to get over. So much to get over. Betrayal. I think this is the thing that narcissists don't understand. When you treat people like that, you change them forever. And I'm just getting that he's just absolutely paranoid about being betrayed again. If somebody so close to you can betray you, what do you think that people who are not that close to you can do? Wow, 3 of Swords right through the heart. What's his fear for Catherine? 3 of Pentacles. That she's doing too much, that she's working too much, that she's, or that could be that she's trying to organize too much. I think this is more to do that, you know, she wants to do too much. Look at it, 2 threes, 2 threes. What's a baseless fear he has? Justice. Justice. That perhaps justice won't be done. Interesting. Karma, but justice can be karma as well. So it's a baseless fear of justice not being done. So he's more worried about I thought for sure we'd see something healthier. I was actually kind of bracing myself for the devil, which would be her Cancer. But this looks like he's more worried about her getting involved in too many things, perhaps. Let's clarify that. What is that? So what's the Catherine? Can you clarify the Catherine card? Because that could be many things, the 3 of Pentacles. That could be her teaching. That could be her, you know, overextending herself, you know, helping with too many projects, right? What does that mean? I don't have to do the 3 of Swords. I know exactly what that is. Let's ask. Let's clarify. What's Catherine? Catherine. What's he worried about Catherine about? What's he worried about Catherine? Clarify the 3 of Pentacles, please. 6 of Pentacles, yeah, her charity work. Look, these cards are bang on today. Thank you, cards. Her charity work. He's worried that she's going to get too busy. And I've read that before over and over and over. Okay, so that one's been played. That makes sense. That she's going to spread herself too thin. All right, the justice. What's he worried about? What's this baseless justice one? Clarify this one, please. Clarify. Clarify this. Oh. Ace of Wands. That justice won't move forward. That's baseless. That he is thinking that justice will never be done. The Ace of Wands there. That it'll never move forward. That it'll never march forward. Now, could it mean that justice is done? Could he be afraid of that? Let's ask, is this justice to come, or is this justice won't be done, or is this justice to come? Is this justice won't be done, or is this justice to come? Is this justice that won't be done, or is this justice to come? Okay. Justice to come. This is patience. He's worried that justice will never be done. And this is absolutely back to this betrayal. So that's a baseless worry, William. Justice will be done. Yeah, this is the patience card. This is looking into the future. So yeah, he's worried justice won't be done. Won't ever go forward. Well, it won't go forward while your dad's around, but that doesn't mean you can't. Patience, 3 of Wands. All right. Let's do Camilla. I did the King, but let's do Camilla. That might be interesting. What's her deepest, darkest fear? What's Camilla's 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 deepest, darkest fear? I don't know if I want to do that. I wonder why I skipped over her. Maybe there's something here we're not supposed to know. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. That'll all come undone. That it will all come undone. I'm going to put this right here. So that it will all come undone. What does she fear for Charles? Knight of Cups in reverse. Something that is promised will be taken back. Look at, she's got 2 knights here in reverse. And what's her hidden, what's her baseless fear? The Sun. Interesting. Is this S-O-N? So her deepest, darkest fear is that she's going to fall off that horse, or it will all end, or inertia. Inertia. You know what this could be? This actually could be her back. Osteoporosis, like her mother had, that inertia, that she can't move. I think that's what that is. That she can't move forward, that she can't move. That's what I'm getting there. Her deepest, darkest fear is that she has that osteoporosis and she can't move. Her fears for Charles, Knight of Cups in reverse, that her knight in shining armor is taken away from her. He was her knight in shining armor, and her fear about him is that he will be taken away from her. Now, let's clarify this Sun. It's a baseless fear that maybe things will be brought out into light, that things will be brought out into light, or is this about S-O-N? And if that's the case, which S-O-N is that? Is that hers, or is that one of Charles? So clarify this Sun, please. Clarify this Sun. Clarify this baseless. Clarify this baseless Sun. Nope. Wow. Page of Cups in reverse. Bad news. So it's actually the exposure of some kind of news, of surprisingly bad news. The exposure of some kind of surprisingly bad news. Huh? What's the bad news? Let's be nosy. We're here. What's the bad news that she's worried about would be exposed? 8 of Pentacles in reverse, that she doesn't work. I think we're all, you know, other than royal duties or whatever, which I know are a lot. I mean, they're in their late 70s, and I don't know if I could keep up with their schedule, but, or that she's not, 8 of Pentacles in reverse, she's not as good of a queen as she makes out, perhaps. There's something here about work. She's worried about surprising news would come out about her not doing it. So maybe she has imposter syndrome, because remember, this is baseless. So maybe she has a bit of imposter syndrome. And we kind of saw that at the coronation. She was so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. Let's do Catherine. Catherine, what Catherine's what her shadow fear, her private fear, her fears about William and the children perhaps, but I would say more of William. And what fear is baseless? What fear is baseless? She really doesn't need to worry about it. Catherine, her most private fear. Cards are ready. 6 of Cups in reverse, something from her past. Oh, or her siblings. Or perhaps no, this would be her siblings, something from her deep past. Could be trust issues from her past. Could be siblings. Maybe she's afraid of losing her siblings. Maybe she sees what William is going through. Maybe she fears for that would happen in her family, that she would lose one of her siblings. We'll clarify that in a minute. Let's find out what's her deepest fear about William. Wow, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, losing him, not being his wife. That's her, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, about her leaving him. That's her deepest fear about William. And it's interesting I said and the children, because that's the wife and mother card. Her deepest fear is leaving them. Not them leaving her leaving them, because here she is, the Queen of Pentacles. Wow, I can see that. I can feel that for what she went through in the last year, how scary that would be to leave her children without a mother. That's her biggest fear with William and the children, is that she would leave them. Oh, kind of breaks your heart. All right. And let's see, what's a baseless fear that she has? Oh, the royal family. The Leo card. Interesting. Charles got this one upright. She gets the Leo card, the strength card in reverse. A baseless fear is she doesn't have the strength. Or a baseless fear is that perhaps, she's not part of the royal family. Or I'm not reading this as that woman. This is for Catherine, and that's the same reason I didn't read it for Charles. So this is a baseless fear that she doesn't have the strength to move on or carry on, or this also could be that her baseless fear is that she would say something wrong that would look bad on the royal family, blurt something out. So it's a baseless fear. So these ones here, I'm not going to clarify. I want to clarify this Six of Pentacles or Six of Cups. Clarify the Six of Cups, her deepest, darkest fear. Is this about siblings? Is this about something from her past coming out? Please, oh, there we go. Three of Cups. Oh, and the Devil in reverse. This is something about her past. Perhaps something she did with friends was a little bit untoward. I mean, I think we all have that, don't we? Interesting, because the Devil, I said, is that it didn't come out with Williams, because that would be the Cancer. I'm wondering if she's worried about, when we talk about the past, the Cancer coming back. And we have a 3 here. I wonder if she's already had Cancer once. And then this was twice. And I'm wondering if she's afraid, right? Because, for example, as a young girl, you have a pap smear and it comes back with a few cancer cells. That would be considered once, right? Or, they removed something, and so that would be considered once, but never went much further than that. We've got a 3 here. You have the Devil. Or it just could be, whoops, she was a young girl once and maybe had too much fun one time, and that's her deepest, darkest fear, that one of her friends would spill the beans. Or this could actually be the 3 of them, the siblings. The siblings, something here, dark past with the siblings. A dark past with the siblings. Perhaps this is, James, or I don't know, like I've got a dark past when I was my sister and we went to the Bay and stole makeup. And I'm not the queen, so I wouldn't care less if that ever came to be. Somebody's going through old records and went, oh my God, do you believe it? When she was 14, she stole some makeup from the Bay with her sister. I'm wondering if it's something like that. And with her being queen, is she worried that something like this would come out? That one time, her and her sister and her brother, they were little buggers and they did something. We have the Devil here, though. Something here about the 3 of them and the siblings. This is definitely something about the siblings. Let's see if we can dig a little bit further. Clarify this a little bit further, please. What's this devil in reverse? What's this devil in reverse? What's this devil in reverse? Clarify this, please. Clarify this siblings in the past. Clarify. There we go. Oh, death. Look at that. And the clock. Transformation. Scorpio things. Look at that, and the clock agrees. So there's something in her past that she does not want to come out. I'm not getting it's anything to do with her parents. I'm getting that it was something that transformed them. Something that transformed them. There's something in her past that is transformational, and it does affect all three of them. That's her deepest fear. It could be her cancer. It absolutely could be her cancer coming back here with the death card. Something from her past. So perhaps she did have, something when she was younger, a mole taken off, right? A pap smear that was a little wonky. That would be number one. Then this would be her second cancer. Maybe she is very afraid of, it could be her cancer 3 times coming back. But yeah, it's baseless. I can't believe that she's actually afraid of making the wrong step with the royal family. But her deepest, so that makes more sense that it has more to do with her cancer, because her fear for her loved ones is that she will leave them. She will leave them. All right. Okay. Let's get on to Harry. Harry, quite contrary. How does your hair fluff grow? See McCourt? Oh my God, he's got an alarming amount of baldness. Looking like Friar Truck there. At least William's baldness is handsome on it, right? It's normal. He doesn't have the Friar Truck that's going there. The monk. Okay, Harry, his biggest fears. Oh, wow. Losing all his money, his mom, and 7 of Cups. Well, 3 popped out, so let's put them. So his biggest private fear is losing all his money, being broke. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. His fear about his loved one, which is Meghan, is, oh, you know what? That she's going to end up like his mom. And his unbiased fear is the 7 of Cups, which is choices, illusion, confusion. I'm wondering if this guy has multiple personality, or he thinks he does. I mean, you have to remember, this is baseless fears about, all the choices and about illusion, confusion. I wonder if he's really paranoid about losing his mind. I wonder if he's really paranoid about the dark side of him. So this kind of makes me sick. I'm kind of sad I did this for Harry. The fears about Meghan is that number one, this is hope and healing. So does he have any fears that she's going to hope and heal? I don't think that is. I think this is the fear that he's, and I think he's even voiced that she ends up like my mother, killed in a car accident by my evil father, whatever, right? Or that the paparazzi chases her to her death or whatever it is. But his biggest fear is that makes me sick. That makes me sick. But his private fear is that he ends up broke, that he loses everything. He has a real fear for that Wheel of Fortune in reverse, that he loses everything, that he ends up with nothing. Well, knock, knock, Harry. Too late. Like ding dong. Let's see. Let's clarify this Seven of Cups. So what's this baseless fear? What's this baseless fear? Is this fear that his choice would be taken away? That choices are taken away? Or that he has too many choices? Let's clarify this Seven of Cups, please. Clarify this Seven of Cups. The Page of Wands in reverse. You know, I'm going to go out on a limb, and this is that he's going to make a bad choice, but that's not a baseless fear. Is his fear that people find out what he's afraid of? Think about that. How's that for a mind loop? Because this is bad news that grows. And then this is Seven of Cups. Let's try this one. This is the Four of Cups. That people are going to find out, there we go, that he made bad choices in life. That's his fear. So even if when, not if, him and Meghan divorce, his fear is that people are going to find out that he regretted, that he knew he made the wrong choice. And you know what? In some respects, that is a very Virgo thing. Virgos love to think that they are very analytical, which they are, but they also hate being reminded they weren't perfect in their choices. So one of his baseless fears is that people are going to find out he wasn't perfect in his choices, that he has regret in his choices. So he will never admit or say the words he made the wrong decision when he married Meghan. So that's a baseless fear, because we really don't care what he thinks. All right, let's do Meghan quickly. Oh, this makes, I don't even want to clarify that. I think we all know what that is. I think she's brainwashed him to think, that stupid car chase, and that they need all this security, and his mom died because she didn't have security. Well, she rejected the security. She wanted her own security. So I think that's a whole big part of that whole security thing, is Meghan is driving that, do you want me to end up like your mom while I wear her clothes and her perfume? Meghan's biggest fear, her biggest fear about Harry, and what's a baseless fear she has? Meghan's biggest fear, most private biggest fear, what keeps her up at night? What's her fears about Harry? And what's her baseless fear? Cards are ready. Her most private fear, a Page of Pentacles. Is that people will see that she's just trying to sell something? Or that she has to sell something? That's my Page of Pentacles. Like, he's holding something, like, don't you want this? Or that she has to continually sell herself, which is true. I don't know if that's a fear, but it's a reality. That she has to constantly tell us how fabulous she is. What's her biggest fear about Harry? The world, that it'll end. That it will end. And what's a baseless fear? Oh, people will find out her secrets. Pentacles. Or Pentacles. High Priestess in reverse. People will discover her secrets. See, I thought that would be opposite. I thought that would be her biggest fear, is that people will discover her secrets. And then what's a baseless fear is that she has to sell us on herself. She doesn't have to sell anything. We know exactly who she is. So Harry, she's worried it's going to end with Harry. Why would she be her fear about Harry? Successful ending, success. Maybe she's worried that Harry be more successful than her. Right? And he doesn't need her anymore. He doesn't need all her bright ideas. Let's clarify this. What's up with this Page of Pentacles? Now, is that Archie? No, that's too many. Now, is that Archie? Oh, Page of Swords, the truth. The internet. But it's upright. Oh, that's the children. Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords. Now, I did that when is their real birthday. This is when she presents their birthday. Her deepest fears about her children. What about her children? Truth coming up. What about her children? What about her children? What's her fear? What's her most private, deepest fear about the children? These cards are on fire. What's her most private, deepest fear about her children? What's her most private, deepest fear about her children? King of Wands in reverse. Her doctor. Her doctor will spill the beans. Knight of Cups in reverse. Somebody is going to renege on a contract. That's her deepest, darkest fear. This could also be a lawyer. King of Wands can also be a lawyer, can also be the police, can also be MI6. They're going to renege on a promise. We definitely have two men here she's worried about. One wields a lot of power, and one, she's worried somebody will renege on a. So is this Marcus Anderson? Does he know about the children? As her deepest fear, it's not Harry. Is her deepest fear he'll renege on a promise. Wow. 8 of Swords. She's a victim. And here's the 2 kids. Wow. So what's this baseless secret? I mean, so her deepest fear is that somebody will spill the truth about the children, and it won't be Harry, and it won't be the royal family. It'll be somebody else who's basically trapped her. What's this secret? What's this baseless secret? What's this baseless? Please clarify this Pentacles. Why do I want to say Pentacles? Please clarify this High Priestess in reverse, please. Please clarify this High Priestess in reverse. 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, a secret spilling out. Some kind of secret spilling out. Or people will talk about secrets about her. Oh, the devil. Yeah, I think it's like maybe secrets, but it's baseless. She doesn't have to worry about those kind of secrets getting out. Those aren't the real secrets people want about her. There could be 4 things that she could be worried about here. But I think that's kind of baseless there. I'm not going to dig at that. So she's worried about the wrong secrets coming out. And it's baseless. There's secrets that people just don't care about. People don't care if she does drugs or she was a yacht girl or whatever. But she is worried about somebody spilling the secrets about both children showed up upright. And it's a male. And it could be MI6. It's a King of Wands in reverse. It could be somebody who's promised something and will renege on it and spill that secret about the kids. But yeah, she's worried about Harry, about him being more successful or ending it. She's worried about Harry ending it. Well, there you go. Let's just do a final twist card or reading. Let's pull 3 cards. What unspoken fear within the royal family will become public? What Ace of Cups in reverse? Well, that they aren't getting along right now. What unspoken fear will that the royal family is worried about? Look at it. They don't even want to be. Okay. What unspoken fear? What unspoken fear does the royal family have that they're worried about it being made public in 2025? Let's add one more depth to this. What unspoken fear is the royal family overall, or the firm, or the palace, worried about being made public in 2025? What unspoken fear? I imagine they have a lot of unspoken fears. Cards are ready. 2 of Pentacles. Wow, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Something about the Queen's will. Something about the Queen's will. They're worried something will come out in the public about the Queen's will. And even though it's sealed, there might be 2 things in there that they are worried would come out in public. What's underlying? Wow. Yeah, for sure. That's the World. That's the World card. I'll just put it off to the side because she's got boobies. Yeah. An unspoken fear about something to do with the Queen's will. I wonder if it's something like what Harry would get, and they decided to keep it private so that it's not passed on. Okay, so now we wait. There's something, it's definitely Pentacles, 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 money. And here's the Queen and the inheritance. Something about the Queen's will. All right, well, YouTube's going to show you a video that you possibly haven't seen. Why don't you click on that, and I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Take good care. Bye for now.